Jupiter. So, Jupiter has been finally done their airdrop. Since their airdrop, obviously price has plummeted somewhat. There's been some very clever tactics from sort of airdrop hunters out there. One guy created like 9,000 wallets and was able to get about $1.1 million worth of airdrop rated. But Jupiter actually looks pretty good. There's been a little bit of controversy around, some sales and stuff, but I'm going to talk more about initial targets for Jupiter than long-term targets after this sort of significant pullback. Before I get into any of that though, guys, if you're new here and you don't know what this spreadsheet is, these are the first coins that I spoke about on this channel. When I did the videos about these coins on this channel, I showed myself buying them because I expected they were going to make me very good money, and you can see what they were worth when I recorded and released the videos. You can see the highs that they hit, and this was around 16 to 17 months on, and you can see what your profit would have been from $100 into each one. And if that's what you've done, popped $100 into all of them, your total profit from all of them would have been over 123 grand, and that's in less than a year and a half, which is not bad. Now, I sold all of these, and since I did, I've been buying up new cryptos. The cryptos that I'm buying are the ones that I think are going to make me very good money once again, and I share them on my website, copymycrypto.com. So anytime I find a coin that I think can make me 40, 50, even 100 times my cash, I buy it. So I jump onto my site, tell my members about the coin, the profits, and the percentage of my cash I'm putting in, and they can copy along exactly. It means all the work for the members is removed, and they can just chill. We've got thousands of members, and a lot of them know nothing about crypto, but have managed to make good money in this market because they can copy along. Now, bear in mind, when all of these coins did very well, this was about an 18-month window from when I did the videos to the peak of the bull cycles. We're in less time than that now. Halving is in April. After that, it won't take long before the markets start really heating up. So if you haven't got your positions yet in your cryptos, then now is the time. So if you haven't done that, go on to copymycrypto.com, see what the members have earned, see what I've said in the past. It's all on the history of this channel. And if you like what you see, guys, and you want to copy along, then join me. Now, Jupiter. So they launched and literally yesterday, and there was an enormous sell-off in a very, very short space of time. In terms of the high that it hit yesterday, it actually did run up to $2.04. Apparently, although that number often changes, and it plummeted somewhat. It's half what it was worth upon launch. So we're going to take a look at what is happening with Jupiter right now. So if you're not familiar, it's one of the most advanced swap aggregation engines ever, right? But it's a Solana-based one. So they are delivering essential liquidity infrastructure to the Solana ecosystem. They're also expanding their DeFi product offerings. They have a comprehensive suite that includes limit orders, DCA, TWAP, bridge comparators, and perpetuals trading. And make no mistake about it, they are a beast. Their volume at the moment is massive. Trading volume in just the last 24 hours has been the highest out of all dexes across the entire market. $881 million. Huge. And obviously this is quite a substantial surge if you check out their volume graph, which is important because you've got to understand how this has happened. Why is that not there? What's the point of having a volume graph, guys, if you're not going to allow the graph to be used? But obviously a surge has come from the launch of their own coin, not necessarily a representative number of the normal volume that they're getting through. But still pretty damn good. You cannot knock that. And one thing that's very true is Solana have had a huge revamp this year. It's like a new life has been breathed into Solana. Things that are launching on there have been doing very well, whether it's meme coins or whether it's dexes or even NFT marketplaces. They've all just been really ticking along nicely. Now, obviously, there was some weirdness yesterday. As you can see, there's an article here about the Jupiter team, so I wanted to show that. So the Jupiter team has addressed the token sale controversy and the fundraising strategies. So the team addressed this surrounding their token sale and their fundraising strategies, explaining their decision. They acknowledged the risk they took on, as they have no certainty about the final amount they will end up with. So in a recent statement, the Jupiter team clarified that they could have opted for an over-the-counter deal or a regular initial DEX offering, which would have potentially raised a similar, if not greater, amount of funds without the confusion and risk associated with their new concepts. So Meow is the founder of Jupiter. Sorry. So hi all, I got advice in Discord to be even more clear, so let me say it simply. If I didn't know the counter deal or a regular IDO, we would have gotten a similar amount, if not more, without any of the confusion that comes with the pioneering new concepts and absolutely zero risk. Trust me that, and we will carry on, that was easy. However, by doing it this way, airdrop recipients get a massive pool to constantly sell into, while prospective buyers have assurance that there is a big pool to absorb big selling pressure from airdrops that will cause them immediate massive wrecked. We as a team take on the risk that we have zero certainty about how much we will actually end up with, because the community and those who have buyer remorse get first dibs. For example, say the selling pressure from the airdrops are too big and there is not enough demand and the price goes below 40 cents, the team get absolutely zero. We did not do this because it was easy, but because we could have made a lot of money. None of that is true. The high value was the markets doing their thing. We already lowered the amount from 20 to 5 to 2.5%. We are doing so to figure out a good open market dynamic that prioritizes users, do not wreck early launch pool buyers, and do not demoralize community holders. We think this system is a good one because it compels team to price it reasonably, backstop wild swings that hurt believers too much, and strong alignment confidence between early buyers, team, and community holders. Again, we are not doing this just for us. We are trying to figure out a new meta that works for all teams. Are we wrong? Don't know, time will tell, but we are here to experiment for the good of Jupiter and the crypto ecosystem. Now, it is worth noting, look, I actually kind of agree with the premise here. They've already lowered the airdrop amount from 20 to 5 to 2%, 2.5%. And look, there is something to note here. And there is a risk with regards to the fundamentals of running an experiment. I don't mind experiments, but if you are someone that is involved, understand the risks that you are facing within the experiment, and that is potentially that when things go wrong, it could really damage the overall view that people hold of a project. You know, when back in 2020, 2021, in fact, we saw Yam launch and do some serious experiments, and that went horribly wrong. So you do have to understand this is potentially something that could occur. I do actually think it was good that they've been. I always agree with the open dialogue from the team, because at least then everyone's informed. You know, they're hoping this system compels the team to price coins reasonably and backstop everything. That doesn't mean it's going to work, but at least they've sort of explained it. 50% of Jup tokens distributed to the Jupiter team. And that's how the tokenomics works. That's a lot of tokens. Only 20% of tokens will be given to current team members. This 20% will not begin vesting until after 2 years, which means in order to receive Jup tokens, existing members must be there for the duration. Another 20% goes into strategic reserve. This reserve will be used for future team members, future strategic investors, and past mercurial stakeholders. So these tokens, which equate to 4 billion JUP tokens, will be held in a 4 to 7 team cold multi-sig wallet. So that means the majority of 4 out of 7 signature holders must come to a consensus for any changes to be executed. And it's been noted that the tokens will be locked for at least 1 year, and a minimum notice of 6 months must be given to the community before any liquidity event can occur. And that remaining 10% of the 50 is used as liquidity provision and moved into a team hot multi-sig wallet. So as of right now, 1.35 billion tokens are going to be circulated. There is the potential for obviously more to be released. There's a community amount that's going to be released over the course of time. I don't really mind this. It's kind of similar to how Uniswap did their thing. Both the Uniswap team and the Jupiter team were allocated around 20% of the tokens. The slight difference was that in the case of Uniswap, 60% of Uniswap tokens were handed to the community, with investors and advisors receiving less than 20%. Obviously, it's not quite that way around. We've got 13.5% that's gone to the community with Jupiter. It's a lot less, and it does mean a lot more tokens can be released. Look, the thing is with Jupiter right now, obviously, this has felt a lot of people have felt a bit aggrieved by about what's happened. I can understand that, but they have tried to clarify a lot of info. So, crucial piece of information to counter all the wrong info out there. There will be no team selling of any tokens after 7 days. So whatever the launch pool settles after 7 days, the liquidity will be transferred to the team treasury for operational liquidity pool needs. So it is important to get that clarification wrong. There's been a lot of FUD, and make no mistake about it, there's going to be more FUD. That's what happens. I think overall, look, you've got to be staggeringly impressed by the volume that's come through Jupiter in such a short space of time. Especially over the last 24 hours, huge amounts of volume. Obviously, certain people have done very, very well, like airdrop hunting. There is, where is it? Smart money addresses, address cells. No, it's not that one. There was a little story that I saw, which I thought was really clever. Where was it? Airdrop hunter made 117 million from the JUP airdrop. A particular address had made over 9,000 wallets, I believe it said. Is it 9,000 wallets? Yeah, 9,246 wallets to get a huge airdrop. So, there is ways to make money if you want to go through that rigmarole. But look, are we going to experience more of a pullback? It's definitely possible. I'm looking at Jupiter very interestingly because I think what they've actually created is really cool. I also think the fact that they've got, because as you can see, you've got swap, you've got limit order, you've got DCA as well. So you can literally set up an allocation. So you've got 20 grand worth of USDC. You can set up to buy one Solana or Jupiter or whatever every 1 week over 2 different orders. A way of dollar cost averaging in, a system to DCA in, I think is an absolutely genius idea. I think that is so cool as a clever concept to introduce into a DEX. I don't think I've seen another DEX have that. I might be wrong, but I do keep an eye out. Obviously, they've got the bridge, and then they've got perpetual markets where you can do some longs and shorts. If just for the love of God, be careful on stuff like that. Understand your risk, especially when the leverage goes all the way up to 100x. It's going to be very easy for your ass to get liquidated. I think this is very cool. I think this is very, very cool, and I think when you're seeing the sheer volume that's gone through Jupiter in such a short space of time, combined with the fact that just so many damn people are interested in this, yeah, bodes really, really well. How many people received an airdrop? I mean, we might not know the number of people, especially when it's like even just one guy had like 9,000 wallets. But in terms of the 24-hour volume, 674 million is massive. Distribution-wise, we can maybe see this a bit clearer. Jupiter Team Cold Wallet 4 billion, Jupiter Community Cold Wallet 3.5 billion, Jupiter Team Hot Wallet 650 mil. So yeah, there's a decent amount of exchanges that have some liquidity now as well. I mean, look, man, what's going to be really interesting with regards to Jupiter is how many people continue using it. I think the initial target for Jupiter is to get back to around $2. Its high was around $2.04. Obviously, there was a massive sell-off, very, very, very fast. Within 15 minutes, within 10 minutes, it already dropped by like 45% or so, 40%. So, the sell-off happened really damn fast. So getting back to, above our $1.27 is massively important. Getting back to around $2 is really important as well. One issue that they're going to have is, they're not going to get a market bounce because it's already on Binance. Really, the only market bounce it can get is going to be from Coinbase now. If it lands on Coinbase, they got the potential for a bounce. But I think initial target's $2 and then we reevaluate, because one thing that's going to matter is how much do Solana continue to develop. Right now, Solana are doing more volume than ever before and that's across multiple different products. Their blockchain has increased, grown, improved across the board. And if Jupiter can maintain their user base, long term, of course, this is going to go up. But they've got to maintain that user base. And hopefully the clarity that they've provided with regards to the why the strategic sales have occurred and everything else should calm community members. If it does, they won't lose anyone. And then as a result, they should do quite well. $2 is the initial target, and then we reevaluate. Because there's certainly a scenario where this could hit double digits, but they've got to get back to $2 before we can even consider that. How do you feel about the sort of experiment that the team are running here? Do you feel good about that, or is it somewhat concerning? Do you feel like there wasn't enough of an airdrop to community members? Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. And guys, if you want to make the exact same profits as me in the next bull cycle, you can head over to copymycrypto.com and just go through the site. Everything on there is public record, so you can verify it all. Whether that's what the members have made, whether it's what I'd said in the past about Phantom, where I did a whole course about why it would make everyone a lot of money. Ended up going up nearly 700 times. People that took that course became millionaires. When I find a coin like Phantom now, I don't create a course. I do what I always do, which is tell my members about the coin on copymycrypto.com. So if you haven't gone onto the site, go through it, see what it's all about. If you haven't got your positions in cryptos set up yet, time is of the essence, because if you're thinking about waiting until the end of this year, you're going to have missed a lot of the profits, most of the profits. And if you use copymycrypto.com, you can literally copy along and take all the work out of it for yourselves. So check the site out, and if you like what you see, guys, I'll see you there. And that's it from me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.